What if your emotional reactions, the ones that embarrass you, that you regret, that you wish you could take back, were not your enemy? What if they were actually one of the most honest and accurate maps of your inner world that you will ever have access to? Most people spend their lives trying to control their reactions. But the emotionally wise go one step further. They get curious about them. Welcome to Enter Self. Today, we explore a perspective on emotional reactions that most people never consider. Not how to suppress them, not how to manage them, but what they are trying to tell you about your wounds, your needs, your values, and your truest self. Because your reactions are not random. They are deeply revealing, and learning to read them is one of the most powerful acts of self-discovery available to you. Part 1. Your reactions are a map, not a flaw. Here is the first shift in thinking that changes everything. Your emotional reactions are not character flaws. They are data. Restraint and emotional regulation are not about suppressing emotion, but about its regulation and direction. Emotional energy, when properly understood, becomes focused rather than chaotic. But before you can direct that energy, you first have to understand where it is coming from. Every strong emotional reaction you have is pointing somewhere specific, to an unmet need, to an old wound, to a value that has been violated, to a fear that has been activated. Those who regularly sit with their reactions rather than immediately acting on them develop what psychologists call emotional granularity, the ability to identify and articulate precise emotional states. Instead of just feeling bad, they can distinguish between disappointed, frustrated, or melancholy. This precision leads to better coping strategies and healthier relationships. The question is never just, why did I react? The deeper question is, what is this reaction trying to show me about myself? Part 2. The 3 things every reaction reveals. Every significant emotional reaction reveals one of 3 things. The first, an unhealed wound. Neuroscience has shown that rehearsing anger, even in words, can strengthen the neural pathways that sustain it. The deeper truth is that restraint is emotional intelligence in motion, the ability to pause between stimulus and response, and recognize that just because you feel something doesn't mean it deserves immediate expression. When a reaction feels disproportionate to what actually happened, when someone says one small thing and you feel a wave of pain or rage that seems too large for the moment, that disproportionate intensity is almost always pointing to something older than this situation. An old wound. A childhood experience. A relationship that left a mark. The present moment simply opened a door that was never fully closed. The second, a violated value. When someone chooses silence over reaction, they might be demonstrating social awareness, reading the room, and understanding that continuing the argument won't lead anywhere productive. They're prioritizing emotional connection over being right. But when you cannot stay silent, when the reaction is immediate and strong, it often means one of your core values has been touched. Someone lied to you and you value honesty. Someone disrespected your time and you value consideration. Someone dismissed your experience and you value being seen. Strong reactions in these moments are not weaknesses. They are your value system speaking, and understanding which value is violated tells you something essential about who you truly are. The third, an unmet need. At times, the intensity of some feelings surpasses language. Silence can be expressive of aspects of the emotional world that might otherwise go unnoticed, and why people must honor the fleeting nature of emotions and the meanings we give to such emotions. Beneath every emotional reaction is a need that is either being met or denied. The need for safety, for love, for respect, for autonomy, for connection. When you react with sudden anxiety, What need feels threatened? When you react with sudden withdrawal, what need has gone consistently unmet? Your reactions are not telling you what is wrong with the world. They are telling you what you need from it. Part 3, how to read your reactions like a map. So how do you actually begin using your reactions as a tool for self-discovery rather than a source of shame? Step 1, pause and witness. The moment you notice a strong reaction rising, don't act on it immediately and don't suppress it. Simply witness it. Research shows that people comfortable with sitting in silence regularly practice processing emotions fully rather than pushing them aside. They're more likely to develop enhanced metacognition, the ability to think about their own thinking and understand their emotional triggers at a deeper level. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where in my body do I feel it? Locating an emotion in the body, the tightness in the chest, the heat in the face, the hollow feeling in the stomach, gives it form. And what has form can be examined. Step 2. Ask the right questions. Once you have witnessed the emotion without acting on it, get curious. Ask, is this reaction proportionate to what just happened? If not, what older experience does this remind me of? Ask, which of my values feels violated right now? Ask, what do I need in this moment that I'm not getting? The psychological function of restraint is to preserve privacy and with it coherence. To have an inner life at all requires that some thoughts remain unexpressed, some feelings held privately, some experiences metabolized in silence before they become words. Step 3. Journal what you find. The insights that emerge in the space after a reaction are some of the most honest self-knowledge you will ever access. Write them down. Not to analyze yourself into paralysis, but to build a living map of your inner world over time. Because the person who understands why they react the way they do has access to a depth of self-knowledge that most people never reach. There is a profound difference between a person who controls their reactions and a person who understands them. Control without understanding is suppression, and suppression has a cost to your body, your relationships, and your sense of self. But understanding, genuine, honest, curious understanding of why you react the way you do, that is transformation. The deeper truth is that restraint is emotional intelligence in motion. It's what happens when self-awareness, empathy, and foresight cooperate instead of compete. That pause between stimulus and response is where all freedom lies. Your reactions have been trying to tell you something for a long time. They are not your shame. They are your signal. The question is, are you finally ready to listen? If this video shifted how you see your emotional reactions, share it with someone who needs this perspective today. Subscribe to Enter Self. Every week we go deeper into the psychology of who you truly are. Until next time, keep going inward.